Welcome everybody. You are listening to the Inspire Family Medicine channel. I am your host, Dr. Jenny Labonte, family physician, master certified health and life coach, and owner of a direct primary care practice. These videos are designed to inspire you so that you can approach your health in new ways, you can motivate yourself to keep up with healthy habits, and I'm here to answer some of the most burning questions that people ask me all the time in the office. So today we are talking about one of my favorite topics, which is how to get your teenager to eat healthier. Oh my goodness, this is the $1,000,000 question. I hear this a lot. I experience this at home. I have 4 teenagers. I know where you're coming from. It is not easy. And so I'm going to offer to you today some things that I'm hoping will help and help keep your sanity while still trying to get some healthy nutrients into your child. So let's break this down. The first thing I want to think about is, okay, what's important? So we're wanting to think about things like, obviously, nutrients. What nutrients do we want to get into our child? We want to get calcium for their bone health. We want to have fiber because that's really good for their colon health. That's good for digestion. We want veggies, we want fruit, we want protein, and obviously we want healthy carbohydrates. Also getting plenty of liquids and water. A lot of kids just don't drink enough water, so all of these nutrients are important. The second thing that's important is we want to encourage them to eat whole foods if possible, whole home-cooked foods, not processed foods. The third thing is that it has to taste good, right? If it doesn't taste good, they're not going to want to eat it. They're going to give pushback. It's going to be difficult. You really don't want to end up in like a head-butting session with your kid. The next thing that I think about is like, okay, how do we do this? It has to be easy, right? That's one of the things when you're trying to encourage your kid to eat healthy. This is something you want them to take ownership of. It's not something that you want to have to be micromanaging. So if it's easy, they're going to be more likely to do it and to follow through on that. The other thing is that you want to just be able to teach them, give them the independence so that they can do it on their own. The third thing you want to think about is leading by example. If this is how you eat, if this is how you nourish your body, then our kids are watching. And that is more powerful than anything we ever say to them. It's like that quote, do as I do, not as I say. I think that really rings true. And even if we have those small battles and the kids aren't necessarily always eating the way we want them to, I think overall in the long-term health, kids are going to model what you're doing. So you have to be the example. And then finally, the last is that as we are offering healthy options to our kids, we want to suggest, we want to offer, but we don't want to tell, because then again, it's going to turn into a battle and they're going to give some pushback. So we want to give them choice. We want to give them autonomy as they're getting older. And we also want to give them choice within a reasonable range. So today I'm going to go over one of my all-time favorite ways to get a lot of nutrients packed into one easy punch, which is using smoothies. They're awesome. I drink a smoothie every single day just because of the nutritional benefit. And what's awesome about them is that they are so customizable. You can add things, subtract things, tailor it to what your child likes, tailor it to what you like. They taste great, and again, like I said, you can pack a whole bunch of nutrients all into one smoothie. So let's go over the elements. What are the main elements that you need to have in your smoothie? The first is the liquid. We need to have some sort of base liquid, and so that could be water, or you could have some sort of milk. So it could be a dairy milk, or you could choose a soy milk, a milk alternative like almond milk, oat milk, something like that. I like using either an almond milk or a milk product because of the calcium that's in it, and I think that's really important. So sometimes we can use orange juice. You can also use yogurt as a base. Obviously yogurt is thicker, but you've got the benefit of it already having protein and probiotics in it. So, you can use yogurt. You might want to water it down a little bit with some additional liquid too. Which brings me to the second element, which I think is really important in a smoothie, which is protein. When you add protein, you're going to add more filling power to it, and you're also going to give your child a little bit of an energy boost. So when you're thinking about adding a protein, it could be something like a protein powder that you purchase. For example, you could do one of the commercially available ones, like for example, I use a protein powder from Arbonne, or you can use Shakeology, or you can go to Trader Joe's and pick up a protein powder. They oftentimes come in either a vegan variety made with something like pea protein, or you would have a non-vegan option that might be made with, say, whey protein. Alternatively, if you didn't have something like that on hand, you could add something as simple as peanut butter to your smoothie. That will thicken it up. It'll give it some energy. It will give your child some filling power. So that is simple. We almost all have some sort of peanut butter or nut butter in our cabinet that you could just add a small scoop. The next thing that I do like to add to my smoothies is some sort of fruit. Sometimes I add a whole bunch of different fruits. Sometimes it's just one, but you can add frozen fruits or you can add fresh fruit. So you can think about strawberries, blueberries, raspberries. Those are some of my favorites. I also like pineapple. That tends to give it a real sweet flavor. Grapes are also quite a sweetening agent to a smoothie and well liked. So grapes often work well. But get creative, put in whatever. Some people like mango, papaya, add what you like. You can also add veggies. You could have a purely a veggie smoothie, or you can add just a few leaves of something like baby spinach to a smoothie, and they'll never even know it's there, but then you've gotten a little bit of the greens in. Some people like kale in their smoothies. Another option, if you don't have something like that and you want to add just a little bit of greens to your smoothie, is to use some sort of powder. Like this one, for example, this is made by Arbonne. This is a Superfoods green powder. It's got 36 different fruits and veggies that are blended up into a powder, so you get the antioxidants, you get the phytonutrients from it. So sometimes I'll put a little scoop of that into my smoothie. Another thing to think about as you're adding elements would include, some people like to add some sort of sweetener. You might or might not need it, but common sweeteners might be things like honey, or maybe you're wanting to add a little bit of chocolate chips or cacao nibs, which maybe are a little healthier. Sometimes even just adding a little bit of like pure vanilla gives it that sweet flavor without the calories. So when you're thinking of sweeteners, that might be something you could add. I also like to think outside of the box and then add in other elements that give the smoothie that final added superpower touch. For example, you might add some superfoods to it, like chia seeds. Those are well known to have some wonderful health benefits. Or sometimes I'll get these little acai packets that are filled with acai berries, and you can just put a little bit of that into your smoothie. You can also think about adding probiotics. So for example, I have this product here. These are little packets that are made by Arbonne. I just open up a little packet, I pour it into my smoothie. They're just 30 of these come in a box, and that way I know I'm getting both probiotics and prebiotics into my smoothie. You can add also fiber. So you can get a container like this that has fiber in it. You can put like a little scoop of fiber into your smoothie. Sometimes I'll even put in some flaxseed, some ground flaxseed, because of the omega-3s that are in that, which are really healthy for you. So I hope that this has really given you some good ideas and inspired you to just experiment and make your own smoothie. They're so good, and they are such a great snack. You can use them for your kids after school, or if you're en route from school to some sporting activity and they need a quick energy lift. They're great as a breakfast substitute if your kid's not a big breakfast eater. So I hope that this gives you some ideas. And last but not least, don't forget to give your smoothie a cool name, right? We can't go without that. I mean, how about something cool like, here's your vanilla macchiato monster smoothie. I mean, who wouldn't want to eat that? So anyway, here's to your health. I hope that that this has been helpful for you. And if you are loving these videos and you are thinking like, wow, how do I work with this person? I want this person to be my doctor. And let's say you live in the central Massachusetts area, then please check out our family practice. If you are somebody who is, health, just healthy minded, you enjoy using preventative methods to keep your health up, if you are somebody who is looking for a doctor who's down to earth that you can talk to and you can trust, then this may be the practice for you. And I encourage you to think about scheduling a meet and greet or checking out our website. You can go to our website at inspirefamilymedicine.com. It talks a lot about the direct primary care practice, what that is, how do you sign up, how do you become a patient. If you're unsure, you can, right on my website, you can press a button that allows you to schedule a meet and greet. And if you're sure and you want to sign up right away, then you can just press the enroll button and it will take you to our membership site. It is that easy. And I promise you that I am not scheduling out 6 to 12 months in advance. So don't wait for a short time. I am still taking new patients, and that is sort of a rare commodity these days, and I would love to see you and love to meet you. So walk yourself on over to my website right now, and I look forward to it. And oh, by the way, I'm going to give you some homework. I want you to drop in the comments some of your favorite smoothie recipes that you have put together. Please, let's share and make this an environment where everybody can inspire everybody else with their own great ideas. And with that, have a fantastic and inspired day.